Hello you guys, welcome back to another video on this channel. Welcome back. Thank you guys for being here, and you guys read that title correctly. I feel like this is another story time that's like it's serious but it's unserious but it's serious again with the times. I told you guys like 2 weeks ago I was feeling a little bit anxious, feeling a little bit hit close to home, all the things going on with the very popular trials in the media and stuff right now. Just being a victim, it made me very anxious, and it low-key brought this story back. I'm like, oh, this 100% relates, but it's like light but not light, but you'll see. So let me set the scene for you guys. It was sixth grade. Yes, sixth grade. What was I gonna say? I was new to the school. Obviously, I was new to the school because it was middle school. But pause, because actually, why I heard before that in some people, I don't know if it depends on your county, your city, your state. Even I'm from Southern California. I don't know, but some people say that their middle school is only seventh and eighth, that their elementary is 1 through 6. I don't know. I don't know why y'all get down like that, but for me, elementary school, primary school, whatever is 1 through 5. Middle school is sixth, seventh, and eighth, and then high school is ninth, and so on. Right, right. So it was the beginning of middle school. First time you have different classes, new people from different elementaries, lots of different things going on. And I don't know how you guys is like middle schools were, but like for sixth grade, it was like I had the same teacher for at least two subjects. Like I remember I had the same teacher back to back for like an English and like a history. Like it wasn't like high school where every single teacher was different. And so I kind of had the same classmates because it was like for a lot of other periods I kind of seen like the same kids, but not in every single period. Obviously something like PE the kids were different, or like the elective, but like for the most part, like at least half of my classes I kind of saw the same people because I think they were like sixth grade level, you know what I mean? Oh my god, I just thought about like one of the only girls I'm still friends with from middle school, because I forgot she's literally in this story time. I'm gonna have to text her after this. But I was like, besides her, I remember in these classes where I'm mostly seeing the first, like the same people, I think my first friend was this guy that the story time was about, if I remember correctly, y'all. I was 10 when I started middle school. I know that sounds really young. I'm pretty sure I was 10 because I'm always younger than everybody. Like most people start middle school at 11 and they turn 12. I think I was 10 and I turned 11. I know I was young. So I remember, I don't know if I sat next to this guy, I don't know what, but my first friend was this guy. And I think I literally remember this his name. So I'm gonna use his real name because I don't care. I don't care. I hope he's ashamed or I hope he's different. So I make friends with Michael. I make friends with Michael. And I don't know. Well, I've always just like been this type of person in spirit. So I don't think one of those things really crossed my mind in general, or if I really like got the idea at first. But one thing about Michael is, okay, he was white, a white man. He was in sixth grade, like me, but he was one of those people in my class where like he had like an aide that was with him. I don't know if his aide was with him all the time or if it was like sometimes. I don't know. Like I just noticed there was always almost always a guy there helping him. He was really cool. But I was like, personally in class, you never know what warrants people for having like an aide. I'm like, you don't know if it's like autism, you don't know if it's just like behavioral issues that aren't diagnosed yet. You don't know what it was, but I think I literally wasn't thinking anything of it because, like I said, I'm 10. So I'm just like, oh, like he has a helper, but I'm not looking at him from the standpoint of like, oh, he's different or anything like that. I'm pretty sure that didn't cross my mind. So he was cool. We would just like laugh and talk, and we had the same sense of humor. He became like my buddy in that group. And I remember not only was he like in my groups of like the students I would see in like almost half my periods, he was in PE, which is like where the story kind of starts. So I remember like he wasn't the type of, I've always been a girl's girl. He wasn't like, oh, he was my buddy so much, like I had lunch with him and everything. Honestly, I don't really even remember seeing him at lunch like that. Like at lunch, I still hung out with like my friends that I already knew from elementary, and it was like an all girls table. But like, yeah, when it came to classes, he's my buddy. We would partner up, we would laugh, all that good stuff. Remember, I had him in PE. So everything is chill the first couple months of school. He's one of my guy friends, I guess. Middle school, new, he's cool. Don't see him any different from anyone else until this one day. So watch your kids, everybody. Watch your kids. Coming from someone who's worked in childcare before for 2 years of my life. Trust me, I've learned a lot. It makes me reflect on a lot, and I just, right. Watch your kids. This is a story. So I had gym class with Michael. I remember some reason, I don't remember his aide ever being at gym class. I just remember his aide being like when we were in classes, when we were like in a classroom. So I've PE with him. He's my buddy. We're still talking. And I just remember like basically whatever we were supposed to be doing in PE, we were just like all over the blacktop area. So there's a lot of hoops. It goes down from far ways. And I just remember we were more in like the back corner of the blacktop area. And I remember we just start play fighting. I don't remember what it's about, y'all. I remember growing up, going to amusement parks, and one of the games, like I said, I don't remember all the details because it's traumatizing. And it was back when I was in middle school. But y'all ever played that game with your siblings, like when you're bored and you guys have your hands like this and you go like, but you have to wait for the next person to make their move before you can move your hand. And like the objective is like to hit their hand. I don't know if anyone's ever played that. Like, you know how there's little games like that kids play. I remember we were doing something, play fighting, like something about something. Like it was not serious. It wasn't an argument. It was just us. And I remember like the grip or the hit felt a little, and I was just like, whoa, like, whoa. I was taken aback because, like I said, y'all, I grew up very sheltered. I had a very great example of black love, a healthy marriage. They didn't yell or do anything like that. So I'm taken aback. All I know is 1 minute we were laughing, play fighting. Next minute, this man is like gripping the fuck out of my, like both of my arms, where I cannot move them.
Hold on, that's too fast, mama.
Y'all, not me getting a little anxious telling this. Oh, it's been a while since I talked about this in middle school. I feel like it's one of those situations where like I push back to the back, and so I'm like, let go. Like you're getting this is a little tough. Like let go, y'all. I don't remember if it was like if he was playing, trying to act like he was playing. I don't know, y'all. I just literally saw like a shift. Like this man looked like nothing was funny anymore. Like I don't know if I had said anything wrong. He's just gripping onto my arms. I'm literally like pulling away with all my throat. Like, bro, let go of me. Like I'm done playing, blah blah. And he is not letting go, y'all. I swear, like when someone does stuff like that to you, it gives like they could be holding on to you for like 30 seconds, but it felt like it was like 5 minutes. So I'm just like, what the? So I'm like, okay, okay. Don't really remember what happened after that. I think I just went and hung out with some other friends. But y'all, the crazy thing, see, this is why I have a bone to pick when people talk about kids and what they should be exposed to. You hear the ignorant bitches talk about queerness. Oh, they don't need to be exposed to that. They're too young. When we talk about racism, they don't need to be exposed to that. They're too young. When we talk about abuse, no kid is too young because it can happen to you at any age, which is what I'm just about to get into. Because I'm like, I didn't know what that was. After this incident, I didn't talk to anyone about it. Like, yeah, I was scared, but I was just like, y'all, like, I'm 11. I'm like 11. So I'm just like, okay, like, that was weird, but I'm very forgiving because it's a child. So like next day we go to class. He wants to pair up with me. I'm just like, yeah, sure, blah blah. Y'all, this shit like this is literally terrifying when I'm thinking about like I'm laughing and trying to like make it light because it was like, oh, it is a story from when I was a kid. But I'm like, this is actually crazy. Like now I understand. So I it continued like in PE whenever we were in like a corner of an area like not around a lot of people, it would always be like the same thing. Like I'm like up against the wall, we're playing, he's like holding like got you or whatever. Y'all know the term, I hate this term, but like kids do it on some stupid before. I remember growing up. It's called like a something burn where you like twist the skin. Like this man would just randomly do stuff like that to me. And it's like, okay, like kids, they do stupid stuff, they blah blah, but it's like a regular kid, if you would do something normally, I feel like little boys even know better than to like be doing stuff like that to girls. Like normally I see like girls do it to girls, boys do it to boys. But I was like, y'all, it was weird. I can remember at least like 3 to 4 times of him again randomly. Me just seeing like a switch, him like holding me against my will, holding me while I'm backed into a wall, and just like I'm like, bro, let go. Like, what are you doing? Crazy, y'all. Crazy. I know this took a very dark turn, like when I think about it. Okay, again, I try to push it to the back of my mind. But anyway, y'all, if I remember correctly, I genuinely don't remember talking to my mom about this. Like I don't remember talking to my mom or anyone about this. Like I said, I'm a kid. I'm forgiving. So I'm like, even though this man is like low key like beating on me and doing some weird stuff, I'm like, I'm 11 and he's like my age and he's like in all my classes. So I'm just like very forgiving. Like, oh, maybe he just, y'all, yeah. The day, I don't remember telling my mom about this because again, I think I was just very forgiving. Like, oh, maybe it's whatever. I think my mom saw like a mark on my arm, y'all. This man was doing stuff like that to me that hard. But again, I'm just so naive. I'm like, I'm literally a kid, so I'm like, whatever. And I remember like my mom said that, and I was honest. I was like, yeah, like my friend Michael, I don't know why sometimes he like hits me or like holds me when I'm trying to break free and like da da da. So of course, y'all know what my mom did. She did sit red. She's what? Who? When? Where? Like to the point of like I thankfully in my adulthood, like I'm like I've never experienced something like that. It's just so weird how as a kid you register it different. Cause I'm like, yes, I was kind of scared of this man. Yes, I knew it was like, why is he doing this? But I'm just like, oh yeah, that's from this guy who like Loki keeps beating on me for no reason, and I don't know, but like he's my friend in class. Yo, boom. I literally think the next week, I don't remember, I probably wasn't in those rooms, those conversations, because obviously I'm a kid. But I remember my mom so quickly, boom, all of a sudden he was not in my class anymore. She was not playing that. And so she got him like removed so he wasn't in any classes with me. Period. Period. My mother is that girl. But you know how sometimes like people call like overbearing people or people who complain about stuff like Karens. My mother is low key black Karen, but this is when she needs to be. Cause absolutely not. Absolutely not.
As we find out who you are, trust you will be dealt with.
Period. So ironically, one time I actually bumped into Michael and his aide, like just walking through classes or before a class. And his aide was really cool. Like I said, his aide never saw any of this. I don't remember his aide being with us at PE. Um, his aide was cool. He was a brother. And I remember literally his aide coming to me with him and being like, Alicia, like, can I speak to you for a second? And he literally like started grilling Michael. Like low key, low key. I feel like he forgot. He forgot we were kids and all he saw was a sister getting hot for a second. Like he started grilling Michael and was like, I heard about it. Like I heard about what your mom said and why we had to switch classes and that's not okay. And she's like, he's like, he needs to apologize to you right now. Like, that's not a joke. I don't want to hear about you doing this to Alicia or any other kid again. Like, I'm not playing with you. Like, he starts grilling him like he's his son. And literally, y'all, I think this is sometimes like when I was in class with him, I saw a little bit, like I said, he had an aide, like how he was different from other kids. Like, I would see him kind of like getting frustrated with work, seemingly like or homework more than like the other kids. But again, I'm a kid. Like I don't care. I'm not judging him and I'm not like looking to be like, oh look, he's different. Ha ha he like I wasn't that type of kid. I'm not that type of person. But I was like, I feel like in this moment it was kind of showing too. Because Michael was acting like he wasn't trying to apologize.
You know you was wrong for what you did.
What I do?
You know.
Like it was literally scary. It was kind of like the switch I saw when that man was what I just said. Like it was giving like like it was giving like apologize, and it was giving like I was like, what the I'm sorry, y'all. This situation is not funny, but I was like, yo, like I think he like eventually just muttered like, I'm like, sorry. And I was like, okay. So the guy was like, okay, thanks for talking to us, Alicia. Bye. You would think the story ends right there. This is where my friend, my girl who's still my girl to this day, comes in. If I don't text you before, Crystal, please tell me if you remember this shit. You have to. You have to. Oh my god. So I remember later in the year, like I said, I'm kind of confused because I used to see Michael. I used to see him in classes like in science, English, whatever, in PE without his aid. I never used to hang out with him or see him during breaks or lunch, whatever. So I'm like, I don't know if like people with AIDS would like go into a different room. I don't know if he was just out in the area and I never saw him or ran into him. But after the whole situation, I was feeling very relieved. I was like, okay, he's not in my classes. He just got grilled. I think he knows better, y'all. Me and my bitch Crystal, we're eating lunch, and y'all, why all of a sudden? This is maybe like at least like 3 months after he's removed from my classes. Why does Michael like pop up, y'all? He just pops up at my table, and it's just like it's giving blank stare. It's giving blank stare. I just remember, y'all, I don't know, like he was talking nonsense. It wasn't like he came to confront me about getting kicked out of like the classes with me. It wasn't like anything like that. He was just literally being like a little boy, like saying stuff just like to annoy me. Like kids like blah 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 blah, like just saying something to be annoying. I remember he was just doing that, and I was like, go away, like get away from our table. Blah 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 blah. Yo, this is so weird to act out. Y'all, literally, I remember me and her are just looking at each other like he's just like blah blah blah, like just talking, saying whatever. And so I'm like, okay, okay, Crystal, let's go. So we get up and like we walk. Y'all, I don't know where. See again, working in childcare. Watch the children again, just like in PE. When this man was leaving marks on my arms and holding me down and pushing me against walls. Where was the noon duty right now? Like, I don't know if you guys as middle schools had noon duties, but like the ladies who walk around to make sure people don't be finding stuff like that. Where was she, y'all? I'm like, okay, let's go. We get up, y'all. He just follows us, blah blah blah, following us everywhere. I'm like, let's go to the playground. Let's go over here. We're walking in like a whole circle of the school, and he's still just following us, y'all. I'm literally like, oh my god, like, why is he not leaving us alone? I'm like, go away. He's just not saying anything, just blah blah blah. So I'm like, wait, he can't go into the girls' bathroom. I mean, he can, but like, so we go into the girls' bathroom, y'all. I still hear him outside. See, and this is why I say, like, if y'all don't know, from I talk about my last relationship, I talk about dating someone with mental illness for the first time. I have so much compassion from loving someone like that, learning about people like that, and just having privilege because although everybody has mental health issues, I'm not diagnosed anything. Like I will never know like what that struggle feels like. But it's crazy how sometimes we love to like blame or make excuses for people who have those issues. But I'm like, sometimes stuff like this really makes me notice. I'm not saying that his mental health, probably whatever he was dealing with, because like I said, I was a kid. I didn't know. I didn't ask him. Doesn't have a part to play. I'm like, obviously, sometimes some kind of boundaries not to cross. Because like I said, he never did any of that stuff to me in class right in front of his aide. And all of a sudden we go in the bathroom like, oh, so you're harassing me, but you know not to go in the girls' bathroom because you know you're going to get in trouble. So you know your limits. You know some limits. Like, boy, don't play with me. Y'all, we literally waited in that bathroom for probably 10 minutes until we stopped hearing his bullshit outside the door. And when we came out, we were in the clear. It's giving horror movie. It's giving horror movie. I told you I was 11. Once again, as someone who has worked in childcare, watch these children. How did nobody see any of this? How did nobody see any of this? Are you guys slow? Seriously, you guys, being someone who's worked in childcare, that's one of the main roles, is always position yourself to see all of the kids. I'm like, I be seeing boys, kids doing stuff, not like that, but like just doing, touching each other, talking how they're not supposed to, whatever, behind like little areas where it's like they think I can't see, but I see. And as soon as I'm like, hey, stop that, hands to yourself, they, exactly, like that's how it's supposed to be. I'm supposed to see you even if you don't think I'm seeing you. And so, literally, where was that when I was 11 and getting harassed and dealing with my first stalker? Like what? So yeah, guys, that is the story. Again, it's crazy I'm even telling this story. This is one of these stories I feel like I low-key forget about because I just push it to the back of my mind. I'm like, not low-key, my first abusive relationship was when I was 11. Because what is that? Literally, what is that? Like, this man was doing crazy stuff to me, but I was so forgiving because I was a child and was like, well, he's my friend. Like, what? Like, what? Yeah. I know my mom saw red when she saw a mark on my arm because literally, we're 11. What are you doing? And when it comes to Michael, not like he's watching this, I feel like there's either two outcomes for men like this. Either one, he was a kid and hopefully he got the help he needed. He doesn't act like that behind closed doors or towards women like that. He's like grown out of it, hopefully. Or two, he's exactly the same. I don't remember. I don't think my mother spoke to his parents. I think my mom just talked to people in the office, whatever. Or number two, I don't know. He could have grown up, had different aides or parents who are coddling, who heard his story. Oh well, he treats her like that because he's dealing with this and this. No accountability. He could be one of those men who literally still acts like that to this day and is insane and is abusive. I kind of put my money more on number two, but I hope it's number one because, like I said, we were 11. I don't know. He might have been older than me. He might have been 12, but still. Yeah, guys, that was the story. That was a story that I pushed to the back of my brain and almost forget about because even though I was a kid and I was so like naive and innocent, it's like high key traumatizing, I think. Well, yeah, I was 11, I'm 22 now, so that was a decade ago. And it's coming back up. It's coming back up. If you take anything from this video, I feel like this is your reminder. This is your reminder. Don't create men like that. Happy men's mental health, blah, blah, blah. Yes, men need more safe spaces. They need more. We need more. But I'm like, yeah, that stuff like that really just, I feel like just makes me think about if I were to have a son. Because like so many of us like to be like, oh, that'll never be my son, blah, blah. But it's like, it's in the ways that you talk to them and teach them. Like I said, I don't know what kind of family he has. I don't know if his family got grilled, like his aide grilled him. Shout out to him. But I'm like, that's what we need. Like, that's what his aide did is exactly what he needed. We need to grill abusive men in the making. We need to grill them into being scared to doing something like that ever again. So they're really shook, like, oh yeah. Like if I do something like that, no one will fuck with me. Like, oh, I really fucked up. This is exactly what we need because we're not doing that. We're not doing that. But yeah, guys, that was my story of my first harassment, stalker, whatever. Oh, girls, kids don't need to learn about stuff like this. No, because I was 11 years old. That wasn't even a romantic relationship. And I was old enough to be harassed and get someone putting their hands on me. So, yeah. Thank you guys for listening to this story. If you can relate in any sense, I am very sorry. Besides that, relationship, friendship, story. I don't know. Again, I really pushed to the back of my mind, but then I grew up, and if you guys aren't new to my channel, and at 19, 20 years old, I was in a abusive relationship romantically, in different ways. So I don't know if that connects or what, but either way, you're never too young to learn about stuff like this because it's never too young for you to for it to happen to you, unfortunately. So, yeah, do better, Michael, and anybody else that I'm seeing in the media, and anybody else who gets to hide in the shadows and act like they're not the type of person, do better. Do better. Thank you guys so much for listening to another story time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And I will catch you guys, as always, in the next one. Bye.